Olympic champion Eileen Gu stuns at Paris Fashion Week. Olympic freestyle skier Eileen Gu isn't ready to step out of the spotlight just yet. Gu, a California native, received plenty of backlash for not representing the United States in the 2026 Milano Cortina Olympics. And yet, she still won gold in the halfpipe final and claimed silver medals in the big air and slopestyle events. Winning a medal at the Olympics is a life-changing experience for every athlete, Gu said. Doing it 5 times is exponentially harder, because every medal is equally hard for me, but everybody else's expectations rise, right? And so the 2 medals lost situation, to be quite frank, with you I think is kind of a ridiculous perspective to take. I'm showcasing my best skiing. I'm doing things that quite literally have never been done before, and so I think that is more than good enough. With the 2026 Winter Games officially over, Gu is spending quality time away from the slopes. A few days ago, the 6-time Olympic medalist was spotted with Caitlin Clark at Milan Fashion Week. On Tuesday night, Gu wore a stunning dress at Paris Fashion Week. It was a bold look that left plenty of fans in awe. Stunning is an understatement, one person commented. I'm obsessed with this, a second person said. So beautiful, another person wrote. Eileen Gu isn't backing down. Despite all the criticism Gu has received for representing China at the Olympics, she explained why she's proud of her decision. When I was 15, I announced my decision to compete for China. At the time, I had spent 1 season on the US team and had been lucky enough to meet my heroes in person. I am forever grateful for that season and continue to maintain a close relationship with the team. I had spent every summer in China since I was 8, setting up summer camps on trampoline and dry slope for kids and adults, ranging from 7 to 47 years old, so I knew the industry was tiny. I felt like I knew everyone. Skiing for Team China meant the opportunity to uplift others through the universal culture of sport, and to introduce free skiing to hundreds of millions of people who had never heard of it, especially with the Beijing 2022 Winter Olympics around the corner, Gu wrote on Instagram. I can look back now, at 22, and tell 12-year-old Eileen that there are now terrain parks full of little girls who will never doubt their place in the sport. I can tell 15-year-old me that there are now millions of girls who have started skiing since then, in China and worldwide. A lot of people won't understand or believe that I made a decision to create the greatest amount of positive impact on the world stage that I could, at this age, given my interests and passions. 3 golds and 6 medals later, I can confidently say was once a dream is now a reality. It's safe to say Gu isn't going to let all the outside noise influence her career. Paris has always been a city where elegance and ambition meet beneath glowing streetlights and centuries-old architecture. During Paris Fashion Week, that energy intensifies. Designers, models, photographers, and celebrities transform the city into a living runway. Yet even in a place accustomed to spectacle, there are moments that feel different, almost cinematic. One such moment arrived when Olympic champion Eileen Gu stepped into the world of high fashion and instantly became one of the most talked-about figures of the week. Eileen Gu is already a global icon. Known for her extraordinary performances in freestyle skiing, she captured the world's attention with her fearless athleticism and grace under pressure. But at Paris Fashion Week, she proved that her influence extends far beyond the slopes. From snowy peaks to Parisian streets, for most athletes, the transition from sport to fashion can be awkward. The worlds seem almost opposite, one defined by speed, risk, and competition, the other by art, beauty, and creative expression. Yet Eileen Gu moves between these worlds effortlessly. Raised between cultures and disciplines, Gu has always embodied versatility. She is not only an Olympic champion but also a model, student, and cultural ambassador. When she arrived in Paris for Fashion Week, she carried with her the confidence of someone who has already faced the world's biggest stages. But this stage was different. Instead of icy mountains and cheering crowds at the Olympics, the backdrop was Paris, with its cobblestone streets, historic buildings, and front rows filled with fashion's most powerful names. The cameras followed her everywhere, and for good reason. A Fashion Week entrance that turned heads. On the opening days of Paris Fashion Week, photographers gathered outside some of the city's most prestigious venues, Grand Palais, Louvre courtyards, and elegant mansions converted into temporary runways. When Eileen appeared, the atmosphere shifted instantly. She stepped out wearing a look that blended modern sophistication with bold confidence. Her outfit reflected the essence of Parisian fashion, structured yet fluid, powerful yet effortless. Photographers shouted her name. Eileen! Eileen! Flashes exploded like tiny fireworks. What made the moment striking wasn't just the outfit, it was the way she carried herself. The same poise that allowed her to land gravity-defying tricks on the Olympic slopes now translated into an unmistakable runway presence. She smiled calmly, paused for photos, and moved through the crowd with the composure of someone who understood exactly where she belonged. Fashion designers take notice. Eileen Gu's presence at Fashion Week was not accidental. Top luxury brands have long recognized her unique appeal. She represents a new generation, young, global, ambitious, and multidimensional. Designers admire her ability to bridge different worlds: sports and fashion, East and West, youth culture and luxury elegance. At several shows, GU is seated in the front row, a place reserved for fashion's most influential figures. Editors from Vogue, Harper's Bazaar, and Elle whispered excitedly about her appearance. Social media exploded with images of her outfits, with fans praising her style. One fashion critic described her presence as athletic elegance meeting Parisian sophistication. Another called her the future face of global fashion. The athlete's confidence. What makes Eileen Gu so captivating in fashion spaces is her natural confidence. Unlike many celebrities who enter fashion through acting or music, Gu comes from the intense discipline of elite sports. Athletes learn something unique: focus, resilience, mental strength. These qualities give her a calm aura that photographers and designers find irresistible. On the ski slope, Gu performs tricks while flying through the air at breathtaking speed. The stakes are enormous. One small mistake can cost a medal. Compared to that pressure, walking into a fashion show becomes almost effortless. And it shows. Her body language is relaxed, her expressions authentic, and her style choices bold without feeling forced. Social media eruption. Within hours of her appearances, photos of Eileen Gu flooded social media platforms. Fashion bloggers reposted her looks. Sports fans celebrated her versatility. Luxury brands amplified her presence online. One viral post described her perfectly: from Olympic gold to fashion gold. Fans admired how she blended athletic strength with fashion elegance.